the game is not yet over for Rock and Roll. He has one more match to end his day, and it's going to be up against probably one of the strongest players in this nationals.
Speaking of Ultra Instinct, right? It's
Ah.
the Saiyan, Super Saiyan Vermilion of Signal Ultra Warriors, who of course dominates the charts in every conference of the nationals with his Devil Jin, Kazuya, and the occasional Steve Fox.
He also streams the most out of every player right now in the nationals. He's also probably the most versed in live streaming Tekken 7, so he does have a ton of online experience, and I'm curious to see how that will play. Will that increase his 62% win rate?
Perhaps it will. The experience of going online and adjusting to the changes that you may experience in an online environment is definitely an advantage that he does have. Aside from that, Vermilion has a knack of choosing occasionally, very rarely, but he does sneak out some other character choices. But I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing it because, of course, he does have the extremely powerful Devil Jin that he is known for, even internationally. So we shall see. We shall see if he's going to change it up this time around. After all this time of waiting, maybe he's developed something else that he wants to show us here in the nationals.
Probably has an online strategy, and that would make him a Signal Ultra online warrior.
Very, very apt description there, Dr. Jimmy.
Yeah, I even got the voice in my head to start speaking. But this is the match that I'm really excited for. I mean, Vermilion was one of the most exciting players from last year. And I'm going to admit, I feel a little bit of bias. I'm going to be an honest commentator, but yeah, this is going to be fun.
All right. So, considering his performance in the previous conferences, where he manages to dominate the group stages with his Devil Jin, it's no question that he will have fans not just in the audience but with the casters as well. So I think that's understandable, Dr. Jin. But of course,
there down the middle.
Yes, we'll call it down the middle because of Rock and Roll actually did fantastic in his previous match, and he does have the heat. His engine is already warmed up for this competition. So here it is. Rock and Roll seems pretty composed still, actually, and Vermilion already seems to be in the zone.
Right, you see the game face there, that killer instinct, a little dab. I applaud that.
That was okay. All right, so
showing his millennial chops.
Yes, to his fellow young kids out there, also rocking that pandemic hair. Very, very nice. Though these two players, of course, since Rock and Roll is a newbie here in the nationals, this will be their first time meeting in competition, at least here in the nationals. While he is stationed in Bacolod, Vermilion, that is. He does take time to travel to the different events that happen here in Manila. So he is no stranger to the Manila scene. In fact, I think he has been training here in Manila, actually, to prepare for the nationals as part of Signal Ultra Warriors. So there's no question that these two have most probably met already in the offline scene.
And what a history-making day. Both players rocking that pandemic meta hair, and they've had that practice in... I haven't been able to see any of Vermilion's live streams recently, but he has been super active, especially with the Signal Ultra Warriors. I did see him do tutorials for different characters, and giving lessons, being a teacher, does improve your ability as a player. And I'm excited to see the results of his escapades.
It certainly is interesting, actually, when you start teaching players or new people who are interested in playing the game, because some of those players and interested parties, sometimes they ask questions that experienced players wouldn't actually think of at this point
Mm,
in time. And it opens
mm,
up a
mm.
completely different perspective. So uh, maybe he has learned something new with that side of him of teaching actually other players. Uh, of course, I think Rock and Roll kind of has the same experience though, because he is also a content creator when it comes to Tekken 7.
Oh, the
So he
battle of the content creators.
Yeah, so he is. He also has some insights. He also has some knowledge, some opportunities to explore knowledge here when it comes to this game. So let's see, Vermilion versus Rock and Roll.
We're seeing their mains right away, starting off immediately with the Hell Sweep. Devil Jin really relies on that high-low mix-up, and we're going to see that come into play right now as the corner here being taken control of by Vermilion.
This is classic Vermilion here, just aggressively taking down the life of the opponent. Only 20 seconds having passed, and Rock and Roll already on the ropes.
That is a playstyle that made him extremely popular with the viewers. High octane, non-stop, aggressive, mix-up heavy. But here comes Rock and Roll now. Will he be able to get anything after? Probably going for the wake-up situation.
Most probably, but Vermilion is unshaken there. But
Oh!
that low, it might spell trouble for him. Rock and Roll, can he finish things off here? Oh, there it is.
People's elbow. It's enough to close things out. What a clutch counter hit low there to end the first round.
Good choice from Rock and Roll as well, going for that extra damage by pushing him all the way to the wall before going for that rage drive, making sure that he will be able to get that kill.
That's the awareness here that the players have, being familiar with the stage from your position, what combos are the most optimal. And here comes Vermilion now, pushing him to the wall here. He gets a nice wall splat, going to extend the combo even further, side wall. Nice duck from Rock and Roll.
Vermilion is not stopping. He is continuing to enforce his brand of Devil Jin here, just trying to instill fear on Rock and Roll, trying to break him down. But Rock and Roll is not backing away. Ooh!
The huge stomp there off the top rope, and he's gonna get a combo here. Yes, he does. The figure 4 leg lock to close it out. Poru, the first and second round started and ended exactly the same.
it kind of did. Now, Rock and Roll is on a 2-round advantage, so he probably is feeling a lot more comfortable here. Vermilion, I think his engine has yet to warm up, but he is already playing that aggressive play style, though Rock and Roll always finding a way out.
I mean, Vermilion does back off as soon as you get the light lead, and that has given Rock and Roll the opportunities to make the comeback. Nice little spring kick there to avoid that body slam.
Yes, that is unblockable. So nice reaction time from Vermilion, and also goes for that jab series into the TF1. So Vermilion now, maybe this is the momentum shift that signals the arrival of the Devil.
I mean, the first 2 rounds he couldn't close out, but this is the confidence builder definitely there for him, trying to start off strong again, but he's being a little bit more conservative now to start off this 4th round. The throw breaks are there, and he's really ready.
Yeah, he certainly is more ready this time around. He gets, this is what you were talking about, Dr. Jimmy. He gets the life advantage, and he backs away, and he pays the price. Oh no!
Life is pretty much even. Anyone's game here. 27 seconds left on the clock. Both players are being extremely cautious. Who's gonna be the first to flinch?
Okay, Vermilion is bringing it back down to the final round in this first match between him and Rock and Roll, but Rock and Roll just goes ham with that huge launch.
Explosive start here for Rock and Rolls. One of the first times he's actually started with the life lead here, and with Vermilion's back against the wall. Can he pull up one comeback as, can he respond to Rock and Roll's comebacks? He has the opportunity to do that right now.
Trying to play a role swap between these two players, but Rock and Roll already in for the kill. This is not gonna be enough for Vermilion to survive. Oh my goodness.
First giant swing of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, definitely of the game. I was thinking of the
Not the
entire
day.
day. No, okay. Yes, it is the first giant swing of the game, and Vermilion was definitely caught off guard when it comes to that. And good choice actually from Rock and Roll to use it at that moment, because while giant swing actually does lots of damage. There is an opportunity for the opponent to reduce it by tech rolling at the right time, which will show if the opponent actually stands up immediately after hitting the ground. But even in the
Yeah.
unfortunately, he was unable to tech, and even if he did tech, actually, he wouldn't have had enough life.
Yeah, he had no more gas left in the tank. He didn't have enough vitality to absorb the damage, and that was pretty much checkmate there for that final round. And looking at the situation, Vermilion starting off 2 rounds extremely well, but you were just unable to close it out. That might be a psychological blow to any player.
It certainly is. The comebacks that RakEnRoL actually managed to pull off.
Yeah.
It's something that wouldn't feel good if you were on the receiving end of it. RakEnRoL gets that, manages to land himself in rage, and then continues to terrorize the opponent with the additional damage that he does get, as well as the making full use of the burning knuckle setups that he showed with Armor King, landing those unblockables. So I think it definitely did a number on Vermilion.
RakEnRoL not looking like a debut rookie player. He's showing his experience with the game, showing he is a formidable foe. And we're going to Forgotten Realm, same characters.
Yes, same characters, and this is the stage we were talking about, Dr. Jimmy. No, King, actually. King has the advantage here. But then again, actually, now that I think about it, Devil Jin actually also has also improves in this stage with his new ender that goes straight into the Heaven's Door, that can break the floor, as well as his Hell Sweep, which has an extension that will break the floor as well. So that just makes his Hell Sweep a lot more terrifying.
The strategy here probably for Vermilion is find a way to get more damage, because I couldn't deal enough damage in the first 2 rounds to close out the game.
And definitely gonna have to break those floors before RakEnRoL. I think he's gonna go for it this time. Is he? Yes.
Yeah,
there it is.
Well, down we go, Poru, into the wall. Double Heaven's Door. Double doors.
Double doors. Of course, no more floor break that time. Just once per combo. Oh, here it is again.
Yeah, it's like I saw this movie before. Here we go, Poru.
There's one. Good break from Vermilion, though. Manages to escape that perilous situation.
And, as a player, think to yourself, here I am again. I have to close it out. Nice little rising 4 there. Trying to mix things up. Goes for the low. He's still alive. Blocks the double axe handle and goes for the low again. Sigh of relief for Vermilion.
Good presence of mind there from Vermilion, recognizing the high in that string and going for a high crushing low. But RakEnRoL is not phased and is still going for it against Vermilion.
Second floor break. Oh, I felt that, Poru. Oh my goodness. Vermilion, though, trying to fight back. Giant swing does not get broken again.
No.
That might be it. He breaks. He had enough life.
Yes, this time around he did, but that Hell Sweep was kind of telegraphed, and RakEnRoL saw it coming from a mile away. And now it's 1 round apiece.
And starting off this round, here we go. Down. Back turn jab.
There it is, burning knuckle.
He wakes up.
Too short there, and Vermilion ready with the punish. Vermilion's throw breaking a little bit suspect here in this game, and that's not good when you're going up against a king.
That is key to the matchup here, and RakEnRoL has been taking full advantage of it. He might be going for it again.
Oh no. This is
No
a chain
breaks.
throw.
I've seen this a bunch of times into the giant swing, Poru.
Okay, the giant swing and a chain throw doesn't deal that much damage, but it's still, the chain throw manages to go all the way to the end. And oh my goodness, Vermilion just losing so much life with nothing but throws. Oh no.
Finally, he breaks it. It might be wake-up time. Nice win. Godfist punish there from Vermilion. Can he make this little comeback? Now we're up against the wall. Nice little laser there for the extension.
More than half health already gone for RakEnRoL, but then Vermilion is starting to make some good choices. Last chance.
I was about to say we weren't seeing a bunch of steel pedals there. He went for one, but it gets interrupted. Here comes RakEnRoL now. Doesn't spend the rage, but the wake up 4 closes it out for Vermilion.
Good job from Vermilion hanging in there. He does not want to go 2-0 against RakEnRoL. He needs those points.
Low parry.
Nice.
The wall. Here comes Heaven's Gate. No, he goes just for the DF combo. The wall splat now for Vermilion. Can he close it out?
Oh, and not just yet. Oh, tries to go for that forward two.
Oh, are you serious?
Jumps over that low is RakEnRoL. Spends the rage drive this time. It's looking good. He's trying to mount the comeback.
Can he do it again? He went for the low again, Boru. And the DF1 just to close it out. That was a close call for Vermilion.
Yes, that certainly was a little bit too close for Vermilion to stay, but still he managed to find a way to end things there in the end. RakEnRoL still tried to make some things happen, especially that capital punishment, the one where he jumped over that low.
That was so good. I mean, that was probably like a Hail Mary-ish move, would you say?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, especially since that low that he jumped over is not exactly something that you can see or react to. So it definitely was a huge read on RakEnRoL's end, going for it and just trying and predicting that a low is going to come out sometime soon. And it worked well, but it wasn't quite enough in the end.
Close, but no cookie right there. But valiant fight there for RakEnRoL. He almost was able to seal it, but on the side of Vermilion, again, that would be a huge confidence booster. You thought, oh no, am I going to lose again to a comeback, right? But like once he closed it out, I'm sure he released a whole lot of breath, and he can feel more confident now in his closing out game.
Yes, broken the curse, if I may say. It's also interesting to see that Vermilion actually started to break more throws there in the end. So he was starting to really pay more attention, and RakEnRoL lost that opportunity to close things out while Vermilion was still unable to actually see those throws that King likes to use. So I wonder if it's going to work as well as it did in this next match.
The games have been so close for the previous matches, and here we go for the third and final game of set number 6 for the Nationals Day 1. Vermilion and RakEnRoL, Signal Ultra Warriors, and STIE Olympians.
Yes, just the first half of this of the first day here in the Nationals, but we're already sweating bullets with these matches. But now look at this, we're going back to the Forgotten Realm. Still dangerous for these two players. Let's see who gets to take advantage of the stages. First off, maybe Vermilion? Yes.
We are going to break the floor now, and he is by the wall. He's going to open another door to the heavens. Playing the wake-up game.
RakEnRoL, that's what we were talking about. The Hell Sweep does give him that floor break capability as well.
Nice choice there on rolling out for RakEnRoL. He avoids the mix-up. Now it is his turn. Can he make something happen here? He does have the rage. He has the resources at this point, but he doesn't have the life.
But he does have the courage to try different things here. RakEnRoL still keeping the engage going despite being down on health. Oh no!
Flash Punch is not enough to finish off the round here for Vermilion. He goes for another Hail Mary and gets punished right there.
RakEnRoL falls short on that round, and Vermilion takes the advantage. He walks right into that Jimmy.
The big God Fist here, and we're going down to the final floor. So much damage off that single God Fist there, 70%-ish. Gets a little guaranteed.
Just like that, RakEnRoL is in the red, but you've seen him come back, but not this time around. RakEnRoL is in serious trouble now.
This is the Vermilion that everyone is familiar with. We saw that Weibo at the end there, but here comes RakEnRoL.
Manages to break the rolling Death Cradle, but eats that Atlas Hammer in the end.
The wall flat. He rolls right out, avoids the throw here, but right back at ya.
Crazy stuff from RakEnRoL. That is not one of the moves that King users like to use because of how dangerous it is, but it did work out.
In that situation, yes it did. And those were 7 golden letters. Nice little counter here from RakEnRoL. Here we go.
Goes for the running throw for the damage. He wants to wake up. He knows that Vermilion is not waking up actually, and now goes for the ground throw.
And he mixed them up right there. Vermilion thought he was going for the low. Boru, final round.
I can't watch, Jimmy. I can't watch.
But we have to.
We have to.
To
It's
call it. The Godsis now from Vermilion. The momentum on his side. He rolls right out. Nice little punish there. Vermilion. Oh, he catches him again. If it doesn't work the first time, go for a second attempt. 2 double perfects for Vermilion to close it out.
That was amazing between those two players, Vermilion and RakEnRoL. Just non-stop action and no backing away from each other.